answer, don't you? Ugly vibe breathing vulture. AB's put it down my skyline. Notifications on my timeline. But this shit is the A side. You think you King Ghidorah? But this is King Nello Ninja, the king of the monsters. Take 3 of you to step to the giant, but I'm defiant. Face of boxing, I'm a legend, like the Mayans. Yeah. Let go. Nello. Let go. Nello. You think you King Ghidorah? 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 Oh my God, my back. Up off it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Up off. Oh. Hey. Ah. Hey. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. Yeah. It's Fact Friday. Baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't. All right, man, look. Look at who we have here. Listen, dog, I got my glasses on, my contacts flipped out my eyes, working out with David Benavidez. They were my last pair, so I got to run to the eye doctor after this. Contacts flew out. I mean, just fantastic stuff, dog. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, what's going on. Hold on. Let me see who we have up in here. He says, ShowBizz versus the world. Biz versus Raphael and Biz versus Mannix 2026. Hashtag rehydration. Hit the Tyson Bell. Let me see who we have. Love you, boy. Let me see who we have over here. Ready for another great day. Love you, boy. That's why Victor Conte cooked ShowBizz. Who ain't got no bitch? No, you do just lying. He said, let me just lie on y'all and just see if I can stir up some shit because I need attention. Let me see. What's up, Biz? That song was straight up fire. Love you, boy. Love you, boy. Hey, wait a minute. Thank you guys for showing up to the Facts Friday. And you guys got to give it up for the Von Hill Box.
Bring on this with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The burn young man can shaboing boing.
Hit the Tyson Bell. Dude, I just stepped in the house like at 3-something in the morning. I've barely slept. Okay, that plane and the turbulence and all, that plane flight was crazy. I tried to take like a sleeping pill. That didn't work. I had a shot of vodka. That ain't work. Let me see. Slime Slack. Yo, Biz, I had a thought. Is Beterbiev the perfect beatable opponent for Benavidez? Ooh, we got to talk about that too. That type of matchup because Beterbiev is on the undercard. And Bivol, he's going through he has back surgery. Is he beatable? Man, that's the type of fight that we all would want to watch, right? That is a thing. Hold on, wait a minute. What the hell are we talking about? We can't talk about shit. We can't talk about a damn thing without giving it up to lady. Hit the Tyson Bell. Let me see. He said, right, what the hell were we on? Love you, boy. What we got today, squad? Hold on, brother. Let me ask you guys. Oh, wait a minute. We got to first say what's up.
Yeah, put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I with you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson Bell. Oh man, did I do that? Dun 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 dun. We outside.
Anything can happen when you're outside. You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask if he's alright.
We on this today. Y'all can't look at it. Well, definitely, if this doesn't even look like Urkel, it looked like a ShowBizz dog. On the same shit, no. We on that today. Hold on. And before we get started, we have to hear some great words, motivational thoughts from your friend and mine, Squatter.
Squad up. Let's go.
We outside. Love you, boy. Okay, Pepe. What's up, boy? Okay. All right, let's talk. Because I'm going to keep it real. Did I write a show today? Hell no. Too damn tired. But I knew I had to show my ass up. The War Room wasn't going to allow anything else. It's the Facts Damn Friday. All right, it's time for y'all to party and get down and get loose this weekend. Plus, you got a Tuma and you got Dillian White. I wanted to do this show before the weigh-in the zone War Room. I wanted to do that because the weigh-in's at 2 o'clock. The fight's tomorrow. I will be calling the fight. Don't worry about that. Okay, I ain't going to be tired then. I'm going to be well rested. Facts. I think Beterbiev is easier than Bivol for Benny. Okay, we'll talk. So I definitely wanted to do that. But no, we have a Showbiz advice. All right, into Tyson Bell. We have a Showbiz advice. So we's going to do that. We're going to do that later. Oh, my brother. But this is the last thing I wanted to do, but flex on them. Safe. Left hand on them. Left hand on you. Left hand on them. Pow. King Kong. Hey, gosh. Oh, hell, what's up, boy? That brother said the hills have eyes. Justin, let me see. Justin Credible. That's right, Biz. You know I had to show up and show out for the Facts Fridays. Let me see. Time to pour back into the channel. That was dope. That's giving me so much even before the 20K. That was dope. War Room. Y'all, that War Room, love y'all, Biz. Love you more. Brother, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. You hold on right now. You sit right there and you hold on right now. Where we at? Nope, dang it. There you go. Hey, man, love you, boy.
Middle finger to the faculty, cause we living in zero gravity. Got the whole system mad at me, cause we living in zero gravity. Now put your hands up high, don't need wings when you're feeling this fly. I'm a stand-up guy, but I can sit down and still kiss the sky.
To Tyson Bell. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just what we do. We pour into each other. We pour right back out. It's all love around here, right? Hit the Tyson Bell. I've been trying to look for some Terrence Crawford memorabilia. It's killing me. It's killing me. I'm like, no, I don't want an autographed damn, a toothbrush. I'm trying to get something cool, autographed headgear or something like that, right? But yeah, we got Showbizztheadvice. We're going to talk about Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford a little bit. Saul Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. By time with David Benavidez, let's get started. All right. Look, you guys are going to see it. I'm not going to give a lot away here, but you guys do know that I visited David Benavidez, the Benavidez's, Jose Benavidez Sr. Love you, boy. They hosted just wonderfully. Okay. I was able to run with the champ, David Benavidez. I was able to train in their gym with them. It was just a phenomenal thing. We had great discussions. When this release on the zone, you're going to get to know David Benavidez. I know we all know him as the Mexican monster, but who is he? Who is he? I got to know even myself. Like I got to know so much about all of them. Honestly, their family, who they are. So it's just fantastic. I think, and it's just going to be great for the War Room too. Now, what was diabolical is I did ask a few questions from the War Room, and you guys asked some hard questions. Y'all did. I asked, I think, like 4 of y'all. I picked 4. And it was funny because I said, hey, David, here's some questions from the War Room. And he first smiled. He was like, the War Room. Like, he loved y'all. He was just like, oh, okay, the War Room. Then when I asked the first question, he was like, because the questions y'all asked were diabolical. The War Room don't pull any punches. So Dave was like, oh, okay, that's what we on. Because he initially like, the War Room, all right, boy. And then when the first, he was like, that's what y'all on. I feel like if Stevie Wonder can see, like, these glasses are like super powerful, but I'm blind. What's up to the Showbiz and War Room? I wanted to shout out all the amateur boxers. I'm currently 1-2. Oh, nice. Win, lose, or draw. Keep your chin up, chest out, all love, and squad up. But yeah, speaking of which, that sparring shit that's going on the zone, the whole I haven't watched any of it yet. But I just think it's a phenomenal thing to have everybody that like sparring tournament that's going on. I think it's like 4 hours long. I'm definitely going to watch it. I watched a little bit of the first one and then I watched highlights. So I kind of cheated. But this time I want to watch it all the way through. Y'all are hilarious. So David Benavidez, he answered them like a champ. All right. So you guys got a lot of your questions answered. He answered them like a champ. I want to say this. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right. No, let's not get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about my experience real quick. My entire body hurt. I have no contacts in my eyes. My entire body feels like I've been in a car accident. First of all, I want you guys to understand, and they have it on footage, so I want you guys to understand. I haven't thrown punches in a boxing way. You get what I'm trying to explain here? Not just hitting the bag. I'm talking about with the intentions to box. I haven't done that. Has to be close to 10 damn years. I hit the bag. I hit the bag constantly. I'm talking about with the intentions. You guys who box, who spar, who train, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a totally different thing than just throwing your hands, hit the bag, feel good, work at your pace. I'm talking about working out, training. Boxing shape. I forgot how horrible that feels. I gasped after 1 round. And that's the black 2 sugars. I'm talking about lungs burning, can't breathe. 1 round. That's what happens when you haven't been training. Let me see. I've been lifting weights and stuff, but not training. Up off that much love, Showbiz. My ass is going to be in the field of the Canelo versus Crawford fights, but I'm gonna do my best to tune in. Squatter. You got that right, brother. Love you, boy. That's dope. That's dope as hell. Whatever. Make sure you tune in however you can, brother. Too many cigars, Biz. Nah, brother. I could give a damn if I was eating vegetation from the taint of the boxing gods. Brother, the only way you can get conditioned for that is to work. And that's the black 2 sugars, bro. Okay, first of all, age and time. You got that right, Tim Butler. I remember Mike Tyson saying when he was getting ready for Roy Jones, and we saw that little 30-second clip, and we were like, whoa! Mike Tyson said he was in bed for 2 weeks. I get it now. Let me see. How time you need for a build show. That's funny. Listen, I get it now. Brother, when I tell you, when you haven't thrown punches like that, like worked like that in 10 years, I only know, just like Mike Tyson said, I only know going one pace. Bam, bam, I only know going one pace. They were like, relax a little bit, but that's all I know. I was gassed. First of all, I attempted to run 6 miles with David Benavidez. 6 miles doesn't seem that bad. It's bad, but it doesn't seem that bad. Looking like one of the Wayne brothers with glasses. Love you, boy. Bruh. Soon as David Benavidez, when he said, let's go, and we started running, he was gone. Bam. Bam. Now this David Benavidez, his fight is in 15 weeks. I'm like, David, your fight is, he's like, this is what I do. This is what I love. This is life to me. He trains all the time. Bruh. Bam. I saw his back. Fine. As long as I can keep him in sight, maybe he can be like a rabbit. You know what I'm saying? As long as I keep him in sight, I can probably make the 6 miles. But he's running at a pace. See, it's not just running 6 miles. It's the pace. He's running at a pace where I just couldn't keep up. He's out of sight now. So I'm dying because I started off trying to keep up. I'm dripping sweat. Pulls. I get to 2 miles and I think, hold on, I got to get back. See, it's 3 miles, then 3 miles back. The mountains, the water, everything was beautiful. I get to 2 miles. I said, let me head back. I'll start working my way back. Once I start walking at the end. Once I get there, they're like, yo, where's David? And then I said, I had to turn around early. Oh, they said, oh, there he is. He's back 2 minutes after I run 4 miles. He ran 6. He came back 2 minutes later. The shape that guy is in is incredible. To be, this is his off time. The shape he's in is incredible. And afterwards, we interviewed him, and he wasn't breathing heavy. I'm sitting here trying to talk to him, and I'm like, he's not breathing heavy. He just talking like, yeah, just this, and yada, yada. I couldn't. It's one thing to see it on TV, to see the champ on TV and stuff. It's another thing trying to train with him. Bruh. After that, jump rope, hit the speed bag, hit the heavy bag, right? I ripped the heavy bag a little bit, and one of his trainers was like, wow. Like he didn't know that I can bang like that. So he was just like, yo, let's do a round. One, bam, 1, 2, bam, bam, 1, 2, 3, bam, 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 uppercut, bam, 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 hook, bam, bam. Brother, let me tell you something. I'm like, and then they're like, hey, you have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I said, you gotta be shitting me. 1, 1, bam, bam, 1, 1, 1, bam, 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 2, bam. They're like, yo, everybody's happy. ShowBizz can swat. You'll see it. Benavidez is like, hey, I can barely hear him. I hear, whoom, whoom, whoom. I look at him and I give him a smile. Just like, yeah. He said, no, I'm trying to tell your ass something. So I'm like, what? He said, hey, breathe in through your nose, out your mouth. It just made me more tired. I just needed, bam, bam. He said, relax a little bit. Not everything got to be a knockout shot. Bam, bam. They said, now let's go 10 seconds. I said, forget y'all. I was been doing 10 seconds. I threw a half a punch. My lungs were on fire. I leave the ring, and his 4-year-old son is, I'm like, hey, take the glove off. His 4-year-old son trying to take the gloves off of me. I go to Charles, I said, and they're not. He pulled the string. A little baby had to take the gloves off. I'm panicking. I forgot how real that shit is. And then you'll see it. You'll see it. I put on a bodysuit. Dumb as hell, right? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. That's says so much because he physically looks like he doesn't work out at all. I'm saying all the abs and stuff takes so much work to show brother. I'm looking at him. He's dripping sweat and he's like, hey, yeah. Like he went maybe about 7 rounds, and then he started jumping rope, and then he goes back. Yeah. His hands are so fast. And his feet so light, but you can hear it. Boom, 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 boom. So you can hear the weight, but he's boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I'm like, yo, the guy is blazing fast. So I say, I'm looking at him. Now he's ripping the body, the guy holding the body harness. I'm like, let me get down on that. Hey, I said, let me get down on that. They were like, you sure? There were other people in the gym. It's a beautiful gym, too. It's like a family, but I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, let me get down on that. Jose Benavidez Sr., a maniac. He doesn't care. Oh, yeah, let's go. Come on, Showbiz. Put it on. I got the mitts up. Now I'm looking at Benavidez. I just wanted to feel it. I'm looking at Benavidez POV. I'm sitting here like, he said, hey, your feet's not right. I said, oh, yeah. Now I'm nervous. Got my feet right. The guy's a giant. He went from Showbiz is my friend to F Showbiz. His eyes went whoop. It was like the Terminator. And then he looked down, and I'm like, oh, no. He put that jab out there and went, bam. He jabbed me, and I swear, my teeth, I felt like I got hit by lightning. It was like, I'm like, yo, dude, bam, bam, bruh. The guy punched so damn hard. He punched so damn hard, bruh, that when we were done, I took off the body. Thank God I had the body. It was a thick one. It was thick. Pause. Thank goodness. I took that off. And then he started working. He started laughing. And then he started working again. Boom, 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 boom. And I said, there's no way Canelo beats him. No way. No way Canelo beats him. I was left like, there's no way. Let me see. What do you think about Boots ducking again? Man, I don't know what's going on. I'm done. Dr. King tried to love something by Showbiz. A great card this Saturday, man. 2 good heavyweight fight. No, I can't wait. I can't wait to call it with you guys because y'all real one's going to show up. That says so much because he physically looked like he doesn't work out at all. I'm saying, brother. I'm saying he's like a mutant. He's like a mutant. Look, bro. My problem with that matchup. Love you, boy. Listen, bro. My problem with that matchup is a few things. One, physically. Physically, David Benavidez is kind of a mutant in the sense that he's huge, but he's very fast and coordinated, and his arms are long. There's a lot of power behind those punches. All right. So physically, there's a thing going on. He can move like he can be slick. It's like a Tyson Fury at light heavyweight. That's really what it's like. He's like Tyson Fury at light heavyweight. But what really does it is the mentality. He's a little, and that's the Black Two Sugars. He's obsessed with learning new things, boxing. He has an obsession, right? And he has a killer instinct. So I think that's the part. I think Canelo, his height and the way Canelo moves, the upper, it got a little Fundora on it. It has a little Fundora on it, like Fundora versus Keith Thurman. When that was announced, I was like, that's the end. I was like, that's it. I love keep throwing it like a play cousin, but that's it. That's his retirement. That's it. Let me see. OCD, yeah. You fought Canelo and Benavidez. Laugh my ass off resume. Canelo has a better resume for sure. Let me see. When is the video coming out, Biz? You probably said it already. I missed it. I don't know yet. They're gonna. I trust that the zone is going. We have so much. I mean, we spent a lot of time there. All right. So we learned so much. It was at the end of the day, it was just love, bro. At the end of the day, it was like, yo, Benavidez, I consider him a friend. He's a friend at this point. Like he's a brother at this point. There's so much footage that I'm expecting it to take a bit, right? Because you got to make sure it's done right, because there's just so many gems in it that it has to be. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like a 2-parter, because it's just a lot. Let me see. He was saying your resume. Oh, my resume. That's funny. My resume goated at this point. I would say your resume is fire. That is funny, brother. Yeah, at this point, my resume fire. No, but that's a plan of mine. The plan of mine is to, you guys know how I am, right? It's kind of the reason why I bet on my bookie, right? Hold on, everybody. Hold on. That was a plug. My bookie that I want to try. Because I don't feel authentic or genuine if I'm talking about these fighters and I'm not willing to sacrifice something, right? So my idea is to go through some of their training, to look at them POV, right? To spend time with them like mentally, right? And then regurgitate that to the war room. And it gives me a better feel of when I'm watching them fight. Another thing I'm really big on, if you're going to talk about them, have a bit of experience. That's for me, though, not for everybody. I don't think everybody needs to have experience. I don't think so. But for me, the way I tick, it's like, let me throw a punch at David, see how slick he is. Let me see him work. Let me try to do a round at the pace of David. Let me run with him, right? Let me look at Canelo and see what that uppercut feels like. Let me, I just think it just brings more authenticity to my commentary. You know what I mean? It's Tyson Bale. Plus, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to boxing, and I see these guys as like gladiators doing something that I'm very impressed by. But to realize how much boxing shape I'm not in, that was a beautiful thing to find out. It was a beautiful, like there was no way I could do round 2. It was. Did you get to see Jose Benavidez Jr.? Yes, sir. I always thought he was more skillful until his accident. Yeah, we talked about that. I'll leave that up to the show. He changed completely after that. Yeah, he's a scary guy. Let me see. Biz, go work out and spar with Canelo. Yeah, I mean, if I don't think Canelo will allow it, but yeah, I would love to. But I'm just saying, I just don't see it. I don't see Benavidez. I think I think Canelo would fight him though. The more, let me tell you this. The more I'm looking at what I'm guessing, I'm kind of guessing the road of these fighters. All right. And I'm like, the road ends with Canelo, David Benavidez. Like, to me, it's like, I mean, hell, Crawford got the opportunity to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? Like, if you're willing to fight a great guy who's real small, I know you'll fight an older great guy who's real small. You definitely fight a younger great guy up. And when you look at Canelo's resume, that's why I was so shocked when he ducked him the first time, which he ducked him multiple times, in my opinion. But, and I never held Canelo to like, got really mad about it. I'm just like, that was the biggest duck of all time, but sometimes you duck, But I think he should have fought him then, because the David Benavidez I see now, he's going to be a hard out, I think, for anybody. All right. I would like for David Benavidez to move up, though. I would, to cruiserweight or something like that. I would like to see that. Let me see. Fundora going to knock the Easter grass looking hair off. That's head. But big up to him for one. That's all you get. Big up to him for wanting to fight. Listen, when Benavidez hit the body harness, I thought if he hit me in my face, I'll be different. I'm like, I would be, y'all would be like, yo, Showbiz used to be straight. He used to be cool. I mean, if he hit me in my face, I would be different. That's the Black Two Sugars. There's no, brother, when he hit me in my chest, I said, if that was my face, it made me think about Boo Boo Andrade. It made me think about Caleb Plant. It made me think about Dave Morrell. I'm like, David Morrell is, what the hell? The fact that you were getting caught in the head like that, that's incredible. That is, hey, I did, is on video, so I'm not going to tell you what he said. I did ask him, like, brother, were you hurt? Like, because I thought you caught Bambi against Morrell. I was like, were you hurt, bro? He gave me an answer. and a lot of times when he spoke to me, he was constantly saying shit like, why would I lie to you? Because he really get offended by that. It's like, well, I have no reason to lie, bro. So he's really like, yo, I'm being as real as so he gave an answer. You know, he definitely gave an answer. And I believe him. I believe him. Jose Benavidez is intimidating because in his eyes, he looks, he's definitely a fighter. I'll tell you that. I saw him work and he looks good. You know, he was nice on his feet. He didn't look bad against Jamal, right? So he was light on his feet. Pop, 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 pop. You know, it's just David, you know, his commitment. And, you know, he definitely didn't have the knee injury that Jose had and stuff like that. But David looks special. Jose looks very good, though. You know, I was very happy to see how he was looking. He looks very good. He was training with his dad and everything. So it was beautiful to see all the guys together again and all that. That was beautiful to witness that. Let me see. I think Benavidez body type like Fury just helps them with their engine because they don't have a lot of muscle mass. I know, Dr. King, you're right. And I'm going to tell you this. Think about when he was a fat kid. All right. He was like 250 at 13 years old. I mean, it is what it is. He knows what he was a fat kid. All right. That built some weird strength. If you think about carrying, it's almost like you're carrying an extra person, like you're carrying a body weight around for all those years, and then you slim down. So he's moving his weight, and he's very fast. He's moving it in. It's like Tyson Fury. He's moving it in a way where it's like he can move. He's too strong for his body. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's so fast. When we jogged, he was like, bam. I'm like, I didn't know he was fast. I would have never thought he was fast. But he was out, bro. That's Black Two Sugars with cream. I'm going to say this about, somebody asked me about Bivol, Beterbiev, King Ghidorah. Bivol, Beterbiev, and David Benavidez. I mean, that's everything. We know that Beterbiev and Bivol are equal. Where does Benavidez fit in? I think this fight with Yard is going to show a lot. If he could stop Yard, I'll be like, that's very impressive. Because even when I was there, I'm like, David. No, I was talking to David. I said it to Senior, Jose Benavidez Senior, to the dad. I said, you know, y'all going into Yards. I know David Benavidez is WBC light heavyweight champion, but I still feel like it's Yard's division. In that fight, I feel like it's Yard's division because listen, first of all, though David Benavidez, I consider him a friend of mine, it would never compromise my analysis. All right. You guys just got to know that there's a lot of people, fighters that I've met before, and they're like, yo, man, you turned on me. It's like, no, I didn't. Love you like a play cousin. I'm just giving my analysis. I separate those things. What I was going to say, yeah, David Benavidez fought Usyk, true light heavyweight, but then he fought Morrell, who was coming up like him. You get what I'm saying? And now fighting, it just I don't quite feel like is David Benavidez's division over Yard. You get what I mean? That's just I got to keep it a bean. Though he is the champion. He's WBC light heavyweight champ. I still see it as Yard. He has something to prove. Well, Yard has something to prove too, because he never really got the trophy. But I'm just saying it's still his division. It's still Yard's division to me. Let me see. Like I said, I'm not fighting a guy with a 6-pack and love handles. Right. You didn't tell him I said that, did you? Hell no, Sadate. Hell no. I was already, when I saw the POV and his face changed, I was like, yo, that guy's got a problem. Is 24 too late to start boxing? And if not, how do you suggest one start? I do feel like it's too late to be like a competitor. I do feel that way. But it's never too late to start boxing. To get like amateur bouts and to fight. And no, not to me. not to me. I mean, think about it. My daughter started at 21. So yeah, brother, throw yours. Let me see. Dr. King tried to love somebody. I'm saying, well, you're 24, you got a job. You can't help but to do it part-time. But it's something that after being out of it for years, when I went back into it, I'm like, it's just something you can't just start and you're just in it. Hey, you know what? Be easy on yourself. Be willing to learn and don't be so hard on yourself, because you're not going to be able to do anything they're telling you to do. So don't let your pride, your ego get in the way, because you would never develop. You could see in the Andre fight that Benavidez just sets a pace that puts them in massively deep waters. It just never stops. I know it's a constant, even with his feet. Boom, boom. I don't want to give away his tactics though. But when I was looking at him train, I was like, oh, that's what he does. That's what he does. He was actually talking to me, but he noticed that I was looking at his feet, right? So he was like, yo, when you do this and you do that, he was just telling me things. And, I was listening to him, but then I was looking at his feet like, oh, that's what he does. It's a weird pressure. Let me see. You didn't tell him I asked why he doesn't move up. I think I asked that one. I think that was one. I think that was one I asked. Let me see. He a headhunter. Who's it? No, who ain't got no bitch? No, David Benavidez isn't a headhunter. No. He's ripping to the body for damn sure. No. He mixes it up. That's wrong. He mixes it up pretty good. But Beterbiev, back to that. And Bivol and all that shit. Bivol got the back injury. See, listen, with a back injury, Philo, what's up, girl? With a back injury, you got to question if Bivol would ever be the same again. I mean, he is a human being with a back. His ex-wife was diabolical for that shit to run off all his medical issues and stuff. But again, when I saw him in the bed and he had back surgery, I was like, I wonder if he will ever be the same again. I'm not sure if he'll quite be or maybe he hasn't been fighting 100%. That's scary to hear too. That he'll be closer to 100% than he's been. That can definitely be the case. But yeah, could be. I'm not sure if Bill will ever be the same again. When you get something worked on, it's just not quite the same again. And it affects other things, your exhaustion, your legs, that's your core. That's your back. Beterbiev and Benavidez. I think that's the fight I remember someone said it. I think it was Charles Baker 2 years ago. When Benavidez was at super middleweight, he was like, yo, the fight I would love to see is Dave Benavidez and Beterbiev. To see them on the same card, I hope they make that fight happen. Who would win that fight? I would have to see Beterbiev when he fights Nelson. I have to see what he looks like. And there's a lot of questions to me. Is he going to just drop off age-wise? Is David Benavidez versus Yard and Yard's slickness and speed and power and his full body, is that going to throw Benavidez off? Don't forget, Yard is the measuring stick, though he wants to be champion. No disrespect to Yard. I'm just saying he fought Beterbiev. So you look at how Yar was ahead of Beterbiev, bro. So you got to see, and I'm sure Benavidez is going to have that extra motivation. I mean, he's training 15 weeks out. I just saw him. All right. So I know he has that extra motivation to try to destroy Yard because of that. And whatever Beterbiev does earlier that night, you know what I'm saying? Like Beterbiev may knock Nelson through the middle rope. So it's going to like send a message. So if they both look good, because I don't think. Okay, here. Let me do this matchup if y'all don't mind. All right. Let me set this up. What up, Warroom? What up, boy? Love you, boy. This guy is a phenomenal. I like this guy. No disrespect to both of them. They're I would tell you who. They are two of my favorite fighters I've ever met in person. Beterbiev, I love him. To meet him, and Benavidez. And it's funny, they are some of the most intimidating people. But once you get to know them, their hearts are very, very warm. But with that said, how can I put this? I wonder how David Benavidez's stamina holds up with Beterbiev pressure. Okay. Beterbiev hits so hard. Do you see how much boxing Bivol did? How much boxing Beterbiev was doing? All right. But in bringing up Bivol has fast hands and good feet, which that's what Benavidez has. He has Benavidez has a slickness and a boom, boom, boom and fast hands. But Benavidez punches harder than Bivol. All right. So Beterbiev going to feel it. But Beterbiev has a rock solid. Well, not rock. I've seen him dropped a few times. Let me think. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. If Beterbiev doesn't age overnight, because Benavidez is going to throw some combinations at Beterbiev. He's faster. He's going to try to volume. Pop. But Beterbiev loves that because he counters well. If you got Beterbiev on his back foot, he'll drop your ass. Beterbiev would probably drop Benavidez, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. Benavidez is going to get up, though. But he'll probably drop him. I think, final answer, with the determination of David Benavidez and his youth and him knowing what this means, David Benavidez beats him. Probably close, unanimous decision or split. I think it'd be the hardest fight of David Benavidez's life. I do. I think the winner of that would be in line to fight a Bivol if they were to fight. I mean, this is just a dream. It's a dream matchup. Let me see. Why isn't David calling out Beterbiev? He waiting for him to age out? No. Nothing like that. Listen, because you didn't hear him call him out, it doesn't mean that they're both on the same card. And Bivol is in a hospital. Well, he's recovering from surgery. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, I see the play. I just think that is very probable that will happen. David Benavidez and Beterbiev seems highly probable. Because they're on the same card and Bivol's out. I see it. I see it. Do you give White much of a chance tomorrow? No. Unless Moses isn't what we think he is. We'll find out. But Atuma is looking bigger than that's throwing me off. Like he's looking bigger than White. Let me see. I think Benavidez versus Beterbiev would be a bit different because Benavidez could make Beterbiev respect him. That's a fact. Bivol doesn't have that in his life. That's what I'm saying. Beterbiev hurts. I know. That I know, right? Beterbiev never hit me, and I'm sure if he did, I wouldn't be talking to you guys, right? I want to say I got a email from the Gman. Let me the Gman's sister, rather. It's a automated GoFundMe email for those who supports and donate. She said after 30 plus years, this is the email, by the way. So she says after 30 plus years, Gerald's brain has continued to heal with treatment. His short-term memory is better. He's talking on the phone by himself. God has continued to bless him. Our journey is far from over. Thank you for all that have gave to make this easier and for all that will give. I will leave no stone, I think she meant uncovered, looking for ways to help him. God bless. All right. So if any of you guys want to donate to the G-Man, Gerald McClellan, look into the GoFundMe. He has the GoFundMe. And with the donations that everybody been doing, I'm pretty sure many boxers are donating stuff like that. With the donations they've been received, he is actually making good strides with the condition of his brain and his overall health. So that is just fantastic. Hit Tyson. That is fantastic. It took him 30 plus years, but that's just, it gets some life that they both can recall being as close to normal as possible. Yeah. I mean, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Hit the Tyson. So yeah, in that fight, Beterbiev and Benavidez, I would lean towards Benavidez. I was looking at Benavidez and I was wondering, would he go heavyweight? How about Jayo Batai? There's some shit. Benavidez can put together a resume that can be like, hey, that's some all-time great shit. All right, especially if he fights Canelo, has that Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson moment, that pass of the torch type of thing. That'd be excellent. I'm sure His Excellency Turk Al-Sheikh thinking about stuff like that. I want to say this before I go to Showbizztheadvice. God is good all the time, brother. I want to say this before I go to Showbizztheadvice. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. I hope, because what I'm seeing in the comments is if someone's thinking logically or a Canelo fanboy, they agree with what I'm saying. If you are a Terrence Crawford fanboy, then you're attacking me. There's no in between. You don't go against what I say. You're just mad at me, right? Let me see. I would love Opataya to go heavyweight. Yeah, dog, that shit there. Here's the thing, man. Kind of like how I broke down David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. I think the closer we get to the fight, I think the more you start to warm up to the idea that Canelo wins. You kind of see him training, you kind of think about the situation, and it's like, how does Crawford beat him? In order for Terrence Crawford to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, he can't be any Terrence Crawford I've ever seen. What you guys have to understand, what you have to understand is this, okay? To the body biz. I'm not sure if that's enough for 12 rounds to keep doing one thing. I just don't know. All right. Terrence Crawford doesn't seem to be slick enough. All right. Which people are going to go against because you just assume that he's super slick. You got to watch his fights. He's super athletic. High IQ, though. Terrence Crawford, like I said, he's been bigger than everybody. Most of his career, he was far bigger than everybody. All right. He goes to welterweight, and he's definitely stronger than everybody. I mean, the David Evanesians, the Kell Brook was too washed to be able to match him. Sean Porter did a fantastic job, but Crawford was just too athletic and on point for him. His physical attributes has been too much for his ops. All right. And he's 38 now. He's going to be 38 next month. So I think what he's been is what he is. And I've often said, when you take that, like Paul Williams when he moved up, Mark Breland, Ryan Garcia, those who are moving up, we'll see Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. When you have a certain fighting style at the lower weight classes where you can absorb those shots and you know you can give them back to where you hurt them, when you go up, if you look at that Madrimal fight, he had to drag out. He had to win those rounds by digging deep. He had to go get him and beat him up. He had to try to go get him and beat him up because he couldn't really. He's not that slick. Terrence Crawford isn't just going to just outbox you. He's going to whip your ass. That's Crawford. So when you go up to 154 and then it's like, yo, I can't just bully him, but his tenacity and his gifts allow him to squeak out a 115, 113 versus Madrimov at 154, at 168. When everything breaks down and he goes to fighting like I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And the funniest thing about Bud Buddies is that many of them don't know him. They just know the Errol Spence fight. So they don't know how he fights. It's just his performance against Errol Spence was so incredible that it's like he could beat AJ. He can beat Tyson Fury. It was so incredible. He'll whoop Usyk's ass, right? Because you just never seen an A-level fighter whip an A-level fighter like that besides Big George Foreman and Frazier. So you look at that situation and you're like, yeah, he's just too. But if you look at him, he doesn't have a great resume to begin with. But when you look at how he approached a fight, you got to watch him fight. That's rough, man. Terrence Crawford is sparring Andre Ward. I don't recall that he's actually sparring him. I saw a slap box thing and he sparred him for quick. I don't know that Andre Ward is in his camp sparring him daily. I don't know about that. All right. Number two, if you spar Andre Ward, that doesn't mean you absorb magical powers and you can fight at 168. I don't know why people talk like. I'm talking about having experience fighting in a fight at 168 against an all-time great undisputed fighter like Canelo Alvarez. Right? I don't think if Bam Rodriguez spars Errol Spence, right? Or if he spars Devin Haney. Let's just say Bam Rodriguez sparred not even Devin Haney because Devin Haney's active. Andre Ward's been retired for years. So let's say Bam Rodriguez sparred Floyd Mayweather. You think that means he beats Tank in a fight? Bam Rodriguez sparred Floyd Mayweather. Hey, he sparred Floyd Mayweather. So that means he beats Tank in a fight. If you think that, then you're just an effing moron. You get what I'm trying to say? You're an effing moron. Let me see. Okay. With the new specs, I just got mine, but it's an adjustment. Oh my God. Old age. Crawford isn't the big dog in this fight. That's the thing, man. There's so much stuff. ShowBizz, the distinguished gentleman with them glasses, bro. Missed the shoes this week. Going to catch up. What shoes? Oh, the shows. Well, I didn't do. I did a Taco Tuesday, and that was it. I was working. I got Bud. Okay, $1 trillion. Why do you have Bud? other than you want him to win. I do too. I'm just saying, why do you have Bud? I want to be made a believer. I saw Denzel White. Woo, Denzel, like, that's hey, he's great. Why do you have he loves other than loving Bud? Why do you have Bud? Before I do the showbiz advice, I'm fanning out, no logic at all. Okay, I like that. So $1 trillion is a brilliant human being. At that point, you're brilliant. Why lie to yourself? He's like, man, listen, Terrence Crawford, that dude cold, and I just think he'll find it. I have no logic. I'm amazed by it. At that, there you go. There you go. You sound fanning out because he can run. Because he can wrestle. I'm just saying, dog. What right there? I have nothing but respect. Why? There are people who is thinking exactly how $1 trillion thinks, but then try to argue with me as if that's not what they're doing. It's like, brother, stop. Let me see. And then they say that's what I'm doing. Come September 13th, consider me Mexican. Hey, brother. Bill Burr says, if Crawford loses, he might campaign at 154 to accomplish 3-time undisputed. If it only 3 or 4 fights. Well, here's the thing. Them glasses are fresh. You got Gators on too. Hey, Saute, leave me alone. Listen, oh shit. Hold on. Off topic, thoughts on top fighters moving up, but taking warm-up type fights. That's what that's what you do. That's since the dawn of boxing. 80% Canelo, 20% Bud in my mind. That's good. That's good. That makes sense to me too. Somebody said undisputed 3 or 4 fights. If Crawford, I don't know if he has 3 or 4 fights in him at 38. If Crawford loses, he might campaign at 154. Well, here's my thing. I'm not sure if Crawford can find a fight that's big. I don't think he wants to be a workhorse either. If he did, he would have campaigned at 168. He went for a big fight with Canelo. I don't see him. He'll fight another big fight for undisputed, but I don't see him trying to collect belts again at 38. It's just, hey, listen, I was just in the ring at 44, brother. Let me see, not to project, but damn. So weird that White fought all his whole career heavy, and now for potentially his last one of his last, he is coming in lean. Dude, Dr. King, I was feeling weird about what I was saying. So I don't know if that would be Crawford's plan or if it should be, honestly, to start collecting the gems for his Infinity Gauntlet. He can't come off that high and settle for 154. Yeah, it just seems, unless there's a big fight. Speaking of which, let's talk about the PBC real quick before I do Showbiz advice. Those my brothers. Love you, boy. They're putting together another card. Obviously, they got Fundora versus Keith one time, right? Gervonta Tank Davis is available again, getting through all the stuff that he was getting through outside the ring. I think Bud is retiring regardless of the outcome. No, I think if he wins and there's another bag, why not double dip? And the bag will be bigger. I think he retires if he loses. So obviously they have another card. With Gervonta being available, I've seen people DMing me for a couple weeks now. Maybe shit. Y'all been DMing me this for a minute. All right. For like almost 2 months. Okay. About what Tank Davis should do next. And I think I scared a lot of people when I brought up Manny Pacquiao. I feel that the PBC right now, with the new no pay-per-view model that's going on right now, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, no more pay-per-view. You see what they're doing with TKO on Netflix. You see what he's talking about, Ring Magazine, no more pay-per-view on DAZN. Riyadh season, no more pay-per-view. You got MMA, Paramount, CBS. PBC is going to make an adjustment, I'm sure. But to keep the pay-per-view model afloat for them on Amazon, with Tank being available, you got to do Pacquiao Tank. You got to do Pacquiao Tank. I know the fight, the real fight is Tank versus Lamont Roach rematch. But to get all eyes, listen, man, I broke 700,000 or something like that in my live stream for the Pacquiao fight. The Warroom did. The Warroom, us, what was it? Let me check it out. I know you guys are pissed at this analysis because I usually don't bring up anything to do with money. I'm just talking about business wise for the PBC to stay afloat with the pay-per-view model. Oh, 616,000. All right, 616,000 views. The Warroom did we haven't done numbers like that since, I mean, we do 200,000, 100 and some, 70,000, 300,000, but 600, that's when it's special. Tank does that too. Tank will mess around and bring me numbers like, fight Ryan Garcia, we got a million views. So Tank versus Pacquiao breaks the internet. I think that's why they're talking about it. I think that's the move. And then with a move like that, you could run Lamont Roach back. That's the Black Two Sugars, in my opinion, bro. Business wise, what's the difference between Usyk's 38 and Crawford's 38? Well, it's not much of a difference. The difference is the opposition and the weight class. So when you're 38 like Usyk and you were a cruiserweight, okay, number one, Usyk fought heavyweight in amateurs, right? So when you are a guy who trimmed down to cruiserweight and then in your mid 30s you start to settle into a heavyweight, right? You're 220 plus, 230, stuff like that. And you have these advantages, okay, over these slower guys. All right. That's one thing. Now, he beat Dubois, but Dubois can't really match him anyway. As far as skill wise, he can't match him at all. But that's a more natural thing. All right. When you were in amateurs as a heavyweight, then you go to cruiserweight, and then you grow back into heavyweight and you're 38. That's different. All right. Plus you can see like Usyk, he's looking good, but eventually, you know what I mean? For Terrence Crawford, it's not just that he's 38. It's 38 on top of fighting at 168. And I think people have a hard time. I don't know why the math is difficult for a lot of people. It's very easy. I don't know why it's difficult for a lot of people. When it comes to Terrence Crawford in the lower weight classes under heavyweight, the weight classes are different. It's the weight difference are different. It's just like, yo, man, this guy at 126 can't fight a guy at 135. Just the way the body works, they did it perfectly. The difference between somebody who walks around 147 who goes to 135 and a guy who walks around at 135 who goes to 126, it's not going to work out, right? Usually, especially if you're old. Terrence Crawford started at lightweight. He wasn't in the amateurs as a super middleweight. If he was in the amateurs as super middleweight, that'd be different. Like Usyk, he was in the amateurs as a lightweight. I have to talk through this slow. And people are still going to be like, I don't debate it. But still. And he ends up maturation naturally going up to welterweight. He pushed it when he got to 154. And then you saw 115, 113 against a 10-0 Madrimov. At 38 to jump to 168. All right. Now, I can understand if he's settled into it and he's been gradually growing into it and his body's been moving these muscles and doing all these things. But to pack on the muscle, to work out and make the weight right at 38, Not adding, not if you just put on pounds, you're gonna lose bad. He has to put on the right weight at 38. So you have to consider testosterone levels. You gotta consider what happens to you naturally, unless he's not natural. If he's not natural, then it doesn't apply. But if he's natural, it's going to be very hard to put on that weight right and then function properly at 38 years old. It's a thing, not a be-all. Because if he was in his prime at 25 and he jumped up to 168, I still got Canelo. But I'm just saying that 38 is extra. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think it's extra, then you don't understand age properly. But putting that all together, bro, Crawford has never been a belt collector. He waits until someone gets more belts than he fights. Then he fights that person. White was in shape for the pep. He was. I remember that. That was amazing. He waits. No, Crawford was ducked. He was ducked. He was ducked. Attacking Canelo at angles, not letting Canelo set his feet, and that will frustrate Canelo to throw in big swings, then pick him apart. Okay, so like who? So Crawford is going to be like who? Where Canelo's frustrated and getting picked apart, like Floyd? So so Crawford is going to do, he's going to fight in a way that you've never seen him fight. So he's going to be at angles and Canelo can't catch him. And he's going to get frustrated. Okay. Moving for 17 months. Bye. Okay. UFC giving up pay-per-view is very telling. People are done paying $80 for mid-fight. Well, people are done paying. People are illegally streaming. Brother, you're going to lose on that side of the business unless you out free the free. So now everything's free. It's just that my free is more quality. So it's going to be less people, less of those bots jumping in saying stream. Why stream when I got it for free? And your stream shuts down and shits that picks. Why do that? And then I'm breaking the law and all that shit. Now I can just watch it. That's how you do it. If Pac-Man beats Tank, that's funny, at his advanced age. If Pac-Man beats Tank as it. I don't know what that means, but do I think Pac-Man can? Yeah, he can. I can't lie. I'm excited about this Thurman Fundora fight. I'm with Keith. I'm not with Keith. I think Fundora eats him alive. Pause. The competition at heavyweight is weaker. There's a lot of things with that statement. With no pay-per-view money in the mix, the cash cow leverage talk dies out and sits with Turkey now. Let that sink in a bit. Well, it's been doing that anyway. But I hear what you're saying, Mitch. 100%. Usyk was middleweight in amateurs. I thought Usyk got the Olympic gold medal at heavyweight. Let me see. Maybe you're right. Usyk, Olympics. Alexander Usyk won a gold medal at the 2012 London Olympics in the heavyweight division. Let me see. Now that may mean cruiserweight. That may mean cruiserweight. The reason why I say that is because in amateurs there's a super heavyweight. But I think he was beyond 200 pounds. Let me see. Pierre Sean Porter beat Usyk in amateurs. Yeah. Usyk was 17 years old. But yeah. He was a teenager. Sean Porter brings it up all the time. Biz, this will really immortalize Crawford if he wins. Oh yeah, I've said that many times. Fighters should fight at least 3 times a year, and the top 100 should face each other instead of promotions stalling and wasting prime years. That's a fact. But that's the thing that I like about TKO. I think that's why I said a boxing league is just going to be phenomenal. Crawford will hit canvas in 4th and lose unanimous decision. I think he knocks him out. Guys who think Crawford win see Canelo as a brute. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they think Canelo's been a mindless brute or something. But hey man, I mean, you can't really come. We have to see how that looks. Let me see. Bia, stop capping like Canelo is young. His feet are slow as F. Stop the shit. Well, number one, you cussing too much for me to take you seriously. All right, so you just too emotional for me to take you seriously. But two, I'm not saying that Canelo's young. I'm saying Terence Crawford is 38 at 168. Right. So Canelo can be slower than he's been. He can be older, but at least he's fighting in his weight class like he's been fighting that for years. Undisputed 168 with no rehydration clause. Terence Crawford is 38, jumping up. You get what I mean, I like I said, I think when you have the shit emojis and the emotions and the capping and the biz and you biz and you that means you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. Now, because what y'all don't get about me is y'all want me to say who I like to win. I like him, so he wins, and we're gonna cheer him. Or I just gotta speak the logical. If I would be horrible at my job. I'd be dumb as hell. I'd be dumb as you if I was saying, "Hey, Canelo's slow and his feet slow and he's old." When Terence Crawford is 38, jumping up practically 3 weight classes, I would be an idiot, right? I'll be as dumb as you. You see how dumb you are? I would be that dumb. So, brother, I would be horrible at my job. Let me see. Acting like Bud is Taskmaster is copy styles. Usyk Prime versus Klitschko Prime. Who wins? Usyk. Usyk beats Klitschko. Canelo is going to use Mayweather PTSD on Crawford. Well, he can't because Crawford is amazing. Dr. King tried to love somebody. When you've been a boxing fan for long enough in a modern era, this stuff didn't exist 15 years ago, but the Bud can do anything crowd are going to be haters Sunday morning if he loses. See it often. Yeah. So what would happen is, Dr. King, what would happen is, listen, I said this before, King. I said this before. All right. I said this before. You cannot say that. Case in point, Canelo versus Cotto. Canelo versus Mosley. You cannot say Canelo just fight little old guys and then say that Canelo is going to get his ass whooped by Crawford. You can't say Canelo versus Amir Khan was a cherry pick. Canelo versus Mosley was a cherry pick. Canelo versus Cotto was a cherry pick. And then all of a sudden, Canelo versus a 38-year-old welterweight Terence Crawford is I'm a piece of shit for thinking Canelo wins. Why is that not a cherry pick? I don't get that at all. I don't get where people's brains go at all. They say it. They don't speak facts. They cap, and then they call me cap. It's all about who they like. So they don't like Canelo. So when Canelo fights Mosley, it's a cherry pick. Fights Cotto, it's a cherry pick, right? When he fights Amir Khan, it's a cherry pick. But since they are in love with Bud, if he fights Bud, it's not a cherry pick until Sunday. Then it's there he goes beating on an old little guy. And then I'm the one who caps. It's the strangest thing in the world. That's why I say they're pretty slow. They're pretty slow. Let me see. I didn't say that I think Keith will win. Oh, I'm just saying I want Keith to win. I got you. It would be a great story. Brother, that story would be fantabulous. Let me see. Biz, people arguing that Canelo is done because he hasn't knocked out anyone lately. He's still dropping fighters and outboxing them. Is that not enough? Well, he hasn't knocked out a super middleweight and light heavyweight in a while. Since Kovalev, Caleb Plant. But the last time he fought a welterweight, he knocked him clean out. I don't think people get that at all. Another thing, Canelo is done. Let's say he is done. But he definitely will fight Crawford. Right? Because Easy money. He said it himself. Easy money. He ain't fighting Benavidez, though. You can be finished, but know how to. Okay. Floyd Mayweather was finished, which is why he fought Berto instead of Thurman. He was finished. People don't realize that, but I knew that. I watched Floyd his whole career. I saw when people act like Floyd was a vampire and he was prime his whole career. No, I saw Floyd's decline. I was looking dead at it in real time. That wasn't Floyd against Pacquiao. And he's still with Pacquiao. But I'm just saying, you can be finished and then know how to move. Fighting Terrence Crawford is a great move. And it's beautiful for me because y'all got it even on the betting odds. It is incredible. It's even more incredible for Canelo because afterwards it's going to be considered a great victory. And I'm going to laugh all my way to the bank on my bucket. I'm going to laugh my way to the bank saying they forgot that Canelo fights old small guys. Why? Because it's different. Why? Because it's Bud. Got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. It sounds great to me. Cue the Moist song. Salate. I got you, brother. I got you, brother. I got you, brother.
I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response. I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist.
Yeah, him being an everything man changed the whole narrative. Now he's not an old small guy. Bingo. I think some people get caught up in greatness of Ali outside the ring that they forget how greatest of a fighter he really was. Well, Prince, the time has passed. People are too lazy to watch videos. They just read the title. People attention are short. So they can't come in here and talk about how great Ali or Usyk would beat him. They didn't watch his fights. They watch his highlights, bro. I know they don't know who Ali is. They don't know who Ali is. Honestly, they're trying to prove how great Ali isn't because they've been told how great Ali is. So now they think it's just a narrative. They don't know him. I am just old enough to where Ali was still the hero. We were watching all his fights on replay. The guy was extremely phenomenal. But if you haven't read the books, if you haven't done the film study, if you haven't tried to understand the impact, you have no damn idea what you're talking about. And so many people are they're TikTok watchers. They don't know how to absorb information or get information. They don't know how to study a fight or know that. So they just come in here and call me a hater for the whole Usyk. They have no idea what they're talking about. Right? So when people look at me and they say, hey, man, you just giving love to the older generation back in the day just because, it's because I'm educated and you're not. I'm reading about fighters and how they trained to do what they did. I'm reading about and I'm watching fights where that fight was only 2 weeks apart. 2 wars like that for 15 rounds, 2 weeks apart. And y'all take y'all young ass minds now and how boxing goes now, try to apply it back then. It doesn't work. And y'all don't know that. Oh, Sugar Ray Robinson lost. Of course. If Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting 4 times a month for 5 years straight, he would lose too. Because not only y'all talk about, oh man, he's been fighting Lamont Roach forever. Lamont Roach knew him. Yes. That's what was going on back then. Sugar Ray Robinson fighting people 6 times. You will get a dub. They will get to know you. That's what was going on. That's what made them so great. People have no idea how hard they trained. They just thought, hey, boxing evolved. Why? It must have. Do some homework. It got worse. But they won't know. They won't know. Laura today, 160 smokes Bud worse than he did Danny. Whew, that's 160 is closer, but I got Laura. I do. The amount of crow the War Room will have to eat if Bud wins will feed a nation. But here's the thing, Cash Davis, I don't give a shit. What you don't understand is I don't care about eating crow. I don't care about I told you so right. I don't give a damn. I want to know what the truth is. If the truth is Bud is better and he beat Canelo, that is the greatest thing I've seen. Y'all petty. Yo, most of boxing is, I see so many boxing analysts trying to make sure everybody's happy. So many boxing analysts is like, man, I don't know. They don't want to sit. That's why I love what Roy said. I got Crawford. I do. I got him. That's why I love where Roy was at. Say it. Man, it can be it. I don't want to lose it because you get mad at me and I don't want to be called this and I don't want to have to eat crow later. I was sitting here wrong. I was wrong. And thank God I was, because we just watched something that I've never, ever seen before, that I never thought I would ever even imagine. It's not about, I tell y'all all the time, but people don't, it's not about me. It's about the truth. Canelo cherry pick still better than Bud resume. Well, yeah, Canelo has the best resume in boxing. They got it even. September 13th will be first time on my bookie for sure. Yeah, they got it even, bro. It's time to go take it to the bank. The disrespect Spence is getting online A+ resume. Yeah, his resume is phenomenal. Biz, is Canelo's a swan song going to be against Benavidez? Yes, I think so. Also, are you going to be in Vegas for the Canelo Crawford? We're working on it. I'll be there with the boys. Bet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Most people can't even tell you who Ali fought outside of Frazier, Foreman, and Liston. They don't know how much of an unorthodox fighter Ali was and how heavy-handed he was. How he was phenomenal. If you know what you're looking at in Ali, Usyk looks normal. He looks right. Oh God, I grew up. Usyk's good. He's very good. He's all-time powerful, but I don't be like, wow. I've seen too much. I saw Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I've seen too much, right? I've seen Evander Holyfield there. Usyk's there, but I'm just saying. I've seen Lennox Lewis. I've seen Muhammad Ali, but they have no idea. They have no idea. Listen, when I bring up Duran, they only know no mas. People don't know what the hell's going on. They have no idea what's going on, and they're embarrassed by it. So then they put laughing emojis and they say no mas, or they say the one thing that they heard over and over again on ESPN and shit. They never even watched the no mas fight. If you watch the no mas fight, that was Tom and Jerry all day long. Leonard fought like that once, and that was the no mas fight. He ain't fight like that again. He ain't fight like that before. That guy was on his bicycle because he knew that Duran wasn't in shape. He was run that. People say he finally fought his style. He never fought like that. Watch the fight, but nobody does. It's a waste of time, bro. It's a waste of time. Let me see. I don't care if Usyk is or isn't then Ali, Tyson, or Holmes. People are rushing to say Usyk is the GOAT heavyweight, just like with when the Fury KO Wilder. I know, and then it dies down, and then no one says it anymore. Regency bias. You watching the Denzel ASAP money? Yeah. I'm saying. And that's where he said whatever. Why are people so afraid of being wrong? Being wrong is how you learn. Yes, go for wrong to learn. You don't listen, Sadate. It's the reason why me and the Benavidez is like this, because I was just so vulnerable. I tried my best and passed out. There wasn't no let me act like I'm cool. There was no let me try to look the best I can because millions of people are about to watch Showbiz look like a breathing heavy, passing out, sluggish, out of shape. Yes, that's the truth. That's what y'all going to see what I am. The fist bumps I got afterwards, like, go ahead, dog. Okay, I mean, you know what I mean? Yo, be vulnerable, be transparent, be real. Fall flat on your face. Boom. And if you're right, told you. But either way, yo, it is what it is. Get to the bag. Put money on got to the bag. And then think about the fighters. Like, yo, I wonder what Bud's going to do next. Bro, it ain't. Oh, what do you think Shakur walks around at, Biz? He didn't look small to me. I'm going to be honest. He looked 140 something at least. To be well, what I saw, because my son, yeah, he looked maybe it was his head size or something. He looked about close to 150, close to 150. He claims to be too small for 140. I think he weighs 150. Yeah, man. That, but it's hard to eyeball that. But what I saw, bro. Oh, let me see. This is my brother right here. They are skipping over the part where you said you want Crawford to win. That's what I'm saying. I desperately want to see something that blows my mind. Brother, I want to see Bigfoot drive flying a UFO. Okay? Life can't be too practical for me because that's boring as shit. Give me Bigfoot flying a UFO wearing some bread 11s. All right? So I don't want to see what is practical. Canelo knocks out Bud Crawford. I want to see some special shit. Crawford knocked out Nello. Ah! Let me see. Canelo versus Terrence fight will age well no matter the outcome. Terrence wins. He makes a huge history. Canelo wins. He should get the credit from Hall of Fame fighters and trainers who picked Terrence. Yeah, and plus it's becoming a race thing, which my oldest brother told me. I'll never forget. I was driving to visit my middle brother. Actually, I wasn't driving. Ms. Biz was. Believe it or not, there was 3 people in the car. 2 were men, and Ms. Biz was driving. How about that? She was not leaving. She is so a gearhead. All right, she was not getting out the front seat. I'm driving. It was like Jesus. So anyway, if she can drive though, that's the thing. She can drive great. So we're driving, and and my oldest brother's in the back seat, and he says, "Hey man, so Terrence Crawford, it was when it was made. Terrence Crawford Canelo, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You know what that's going to do with racism, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know." He said, "So it's going to be rough all the way up to there." He said, because it's all race driven on both sides. And it's just like, it's so disgusting. I've seen others saying Ali never fought an elite southpaw. He has the best resume of any heavyweight. His pre-Vietnam record and his post is even better. His post is even better. And he was a fraction of himself. People only know flat. People know Ali saying get up to Liston, so they don't know Liston. So how do you know that Ali beating Liston is great when you don't know Liston? Watch Liston, right? So him saying get up, they know that pose. They know when he had the flat back throw and he was older in his 30s fighting Frazier, right? They don't know Ali, bro. They don't know him. They don't know him against Ernie Terrell, Zora Foley. They don't know the Floyd Patterson fight and Cleveland Williams. They don't know that shit. They have no damn idea. They saw black and white of him getting dropped by Henry Cooper. They don't know that he called when he was going to stop him. What did he say? 6, 5? I think the round he got knocked down was right before he stopped him. The next round, he called when he was going to stop him. Got caught with a big shot leaning back. Right? Got dropped, got up in 3 seconds or 1 second, something stupid, and stopped him in a round that he called. That's some incredible. She came back, and stopped him. But they told him to stop calling the rounds because it was ruining the betting odds. He was stopping people when he said he would. I mean, come on, man. Hot take, but as an MMA fan, older fighters remind me of MMA strikers than a modern. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Maybe it's the less padding. Yeah, and how they fought. Yeah, I often say that MMA is the original boxing. All right, so let's do showbiz advice. Let's do showbiz advice. You're funny, but Henry Cooper had one of the best left hooks ever. He had one of the greatest left hooks of all time, bro. So nobody knows Henry Cooper. Ali fought him twice, right? And he went to UK to do it. Ali was a traveler too. All right. But then Tank Davis takes a knee, and it's all right. Y'all almost done. All right. Here we go. Showbiz advice. Showbiz the advice. Showbiz the fucking advice. My man say he loved these conversations. We're gonna have more. Just let me get past August. Let me get past the Crawford and Canelo fight. All right. Well, no, I should do Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler before then. I will start calling legacy fights. All right, doing commentary. We're gonna be one of one in doing that. All right, so we're gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna be calling legacy fights. That's when we definitely gonna have these conversations. No one expected Ali to beat Liston back then. No one thought. Listen, bro, just real quick before Showbiz advice. My mother was my mom hates me aging her like this. All right, my mom's beautiful, and nobody can really tell my mom's age. But my mom was a teenager or a little bit younger when Ali and Liston fought the first time. My mom said that she thought Cassius Clay was cool, right? She said he spoke for his young ones, right? They were really big into, the civil rights at the time, right? The Black Panthers came, a couple years after, maybe 4 or 5 years after that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very hip time. And Cassius Clay represented that for the young folks. If you can imagine, Cassius Clay was a rock star for the youth. Just how he was unlike Joe Louis, unlike Sonny Liston, unlike Rocky Marciano and Floyd Patterson. He was hip and new and had the leather jacket and was with, you'll see him walking with Malcolm X. And it's like, and how he was talking, his slang and everything was speaking to the youth. It was this hip new vibe. And he's about to fight Liston. And my mother said, we were all rooting for him. She said, but we knew that little boy wasn't going to beat Liston. That's what she said. He was an underdog for a reason. Now, my mother loved him, right? That's their superstar. Mom said, we were rooting for him. She said, but we knew that little boy. That's how she said, we knew that little boy wasn't going to beat Liston. Dude, Liston was in the mob. He was knocking everybody out. He was the scariest dude out there. Fantastic boxer. Grown-ass man. There's no way that little skinny boy was going to beat Liston. Everybody felt that way. Let me see. Your top 5 fighters you like to watch today. Oh, that's rough, man. I just love boxing so much. That's rough. That's rough. I don't think I can give you a top 5. What the hell? Brother. Oh, that's my guy. You guys read that shit. I'm telling you, the guy's from he's an alien. No one expected at all. I remember you shared this with us, Biz. Man, 100%, Tim. Okay, everybody. Let's do the Showbiz advice, and I'm out of here because I need to go back to bed. I've been asleep this is me tired. I've been asleep this entire, I can't remember anything I've said. I can't remember anything I've said. I'm going to watch the Conjuring trailer one more again, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Have a horrible dream, and then say, why did I do that? All right, hold on. Oop, I almost said the name. All right, everybody. Showbiz advice. And it's a long one. Pause. Okay. What's up, Showbiz? What up, boy? I'm looking for some relationship advice. Good. So I've been dating this woman for 10 years. Sounds steady. Sounds good. Dated. Okay. But I never graduated us to a formal couple title. Then she ain't shit. I ain't. We ain't got you know why you ain't. You just dating for 10, just dating, and she has no title. She ain't shit. Let's move on. So y'all not so you've been cheating, she's been cheating. Come on, man. Not even cheating, just living. Okay. So yes, we've basically been in a situationship all these years. Yeah, that's your sneaky link. That's, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Let me see. Many people find it flabbergasting that two people can maintain this relationship for so long. F them. Listen, bro, what they eat don't make you shit. You got your comfort zone. Yeah, what many people are. Who gives a shit? Let me see. A good night show's over. But yeah, maintain this relationship for so long. So, right, y'all, y'all do y'all thing in the bedroom, have a good time, right? You don't call her, and then maybe you do. She catch attitude, you can leave. It's a perfect relationship. Let me see. But when he did a semicolon. So either you're not from the States because you're too smart to be one of us, all right? Or you're just a very smart one of us. But when people have their own lives to live and it's building things, right, exactly. All you need is companionship and intimacy. It can go by fast. Oh, I get what you're saying. So yeah, you're not okay. You're not consciously. You looked up and y'all been screwing for 10 years. Okay, I got you. Let me see. So brother, got a 10-year. Yeah, the brother got a 10-year sneaky link. Let me see. Anyway, my reason for not wanting to promote her to my girlfriend, you do have a reason, so it is conscious, is because I noticed that she deeply has daddy issues. Okay. And kind of despise men. Oh, yeah, that's not girlfriend material. I don't get, you have no, what's your problem? Let me see. I have a couple examples to support this feeling. Please don't give me examples. I thought that she would come around and learn how to be a girlfriend, considering she didn't have much dating experience before me. So this goes both ways. She didn't have much dating experience before you, and she knows you ain't the one. Brother, she may not be mad at all men. It's just she's trying to make sure you don't fall for her. She may be like, yeah, I don't like men. I got daddy issues. And you're like, see? And she just keep you. Maybe you the problem. Let me see. A couple to support. I thought, considering she didn't have much dating. Okay. She has potential. No kids, her own house, a job, money, but is unwilling to do anything for no man, as she says. Yeah, she winning, brother. Hey, brother, I like her already. So she got her own house, make money, no kids. Yeah, listen, whatever happened in her history, in her life, she picked that up and knows what she want and doesn't want. Right? I can get piped down, but I don't need all the extra shit. I love her. Hey, listen, she ain't trying to convince you to be anything else. What the hell? I like her. Let me see. You should have molded her then. No, he can't. Let me see. She trying to keep him on task. I don't think she gives a shit. If he leaves and it's a situation, he comes back. I don't think she gives a shit. She can get it. She done got it from somebody else. She ain't got it. Okay, brother. You ain't the only one, fam. Let me see. I've tried a couple times to end our relationship, but she will pull out all the stops until I talk to her again. Almost seem like I'm hostage. Yeah, nah, bro. I don't. Let me see. Coffin season is coming. I'll be the pappy. Cuffing season. This man said, I've tried a couple times to end our relationship, but she will pull out all the stops until I talk to her again. Almost seemed like I'm hostage. So what was she? You're not a hostage, bro. Y'all don't have kids together. Y'all have no. Nah, brother. You want to be. It's too good. She is too good. She ain't got to pull out all the stops. So she begs you back, baby, please, baby, please. And you're like, dang, I got to. Nah, brother, you want to. Hold on, let me see. When I do go back to the dating market, I do okay. But with the market being so rubbish, knew it. Semicolon. With the market being so rubbish and me being picky because I want a woman who also doesn't have kids yet. Okay. I find myself asking if I should just say F it and settle down with this woman, knowing that she's going to piss me off and we both would just end up as single parents if we had a child together. What are you? Then obviously no, right? So it's like, man, I might as well say F it and just ruin my life. Brother, you got it perfect right now. 10 years, y'all got it. Let's make lemonade. What it is you want a family, right? Like you want a family and you want kids and you want Thanksgiving and you bring, and everybody like, man, you're happy Thanksgiving. And you got your wife and shit like that. Well, stuff like that, you can't just manifest. And you definitely don't want to grab this woman who is like F men, right? This woman who is just your life going to be ruined and you're going to be broke as shit because it's cheaper to keep her, once y'all break up and then the child support. What are you talking about? Y'all need to stop doing that. I want this status so much. I want this to be my condition so much that I'm willing to have it even if it makes me miserable. That's ridiculous talk, bro. Let me see. Self-sabotage. Brother, what? Just chill. It'll come. Pause. Let me see. I find myself like F it. Okay. You need to be as strong as she is. She's stronger than you, bro. She keeps you at the jab. And when you get further out from the jab, right? She covers the range a little bit and then gets you back at the jab. Brother, you so busy trying to have somebody that you would settle for the conditions they make it. You have insecurities. You have an insecure issue. Let me see. So either you're out of shape. I'm not. This is a judging. It's showbiz advice. All right. I'm going to judge you. I haven't read the rest. You're out of shape. You're out of shape and don't like it. Get in the gym. She Bivol. Yeah. Four-eyed Biz. Warroom. Love you, boy. I saw Lupe doing push-ups. I was like, brother, I got to get in the gym. Lupe looked like he'll whoop your, well, he will whoop your ass. He's 8th degree dragon and swole as shit. All right, here we go. Or should I search for the perfect settle down? It doesn't work that way. When you're searching, you miss what happens naturally. Yeah. It's like when I was working the mitts yesterday. That's why I'm hurting right now. They were like, yo, be loose, loosen the shoulder. Pop, 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 pop. I wasn't like that. I was like Holyfield. Bam, bam, boom. Everything was stiff. Now I'm missing opportunities. Right? Bro, boxing is life. Sorry. While you're searching, you're too rigid. Chill and live yours. Get your ass in the gym. I'm sure you're out of shape. Get your ass in the gym. Do you and then your head's on the swivel and you find love. How did I find love? I wasn't rigid and searching. My head was on the swivel, and then the knockout came. Don't push for the knockout. Let it come. All right, here we go. For context, I'm the same age as Bud. You're 38. Okay, so your clock is going. Got you. All right, that makes sense. And I have the body type of Tank Pit Bull. Right. Not to laugh at you, brother. I'm just saying I know what's going on. So, Biz, should I hang up the gloves? Rubbers. You're funny. He said rubbers. Or keep searching for the one. Thank you. All right, brother. Listen, brother. Listen, my brother. What does a win over Bud does to Canelo legacy in your opinion? Well, it's going to be an all-time great fight. So it's going to be a fight everyone remembers. So it affects his legacy in a positive way, especially with all these people thinking that Bud would beat him. So it's the perception. Also, where do you think the ring will place Canelo on their pound for pound list, given the victory? I have no idea. I love you, boy. Yeah, bro. The ring when pound for pound list, shit. Biz, his ass know the answers, wasting our damn time. He know the answer. Lupe, not Wonder, Scott Summers. So don't make me have to take off my stunners. Hit the Tyson bell. Short King, be thankful you got something. Hey, that was funny, but he's making a great point. All right, listen, brother. You're 38 and you pit bull height. Gotta look, kind of people looking past you. I got you. Okay, I got you. You want to make yourself. You want to quickly. You want to quickly make yourself more attractive to that demographic you want, right? So you want to make yourself more attractive to a woman who's late 20s on up without kids, who's looking to fall in love or be got you. All right. Number one, don't search for shit. Number two, don't leave the situationship. You're gonna lose confidence if you're trying to make the situationship more than what it is, because then you're gonna get dissed. Don't do that. Don't put it on a pedestal. Okay, it's a situationship. The fact that she wants you back to be into that situation, use that to build your confidence. All right. Usually women don't want a guy that no other woman wants. All right. So this is what you do, brother. This is what you do. Perfect yourself. Just make yourself more attractive, at least to yourself, right? You're wondering about yourself. You lack some confidence here. All right. You're a short king. Okay, brother. So work that. How should you dress? You know what I mean? What diet you should get on? You know what I mean? How do you imagine yourself, and put the plan in place to be what you imagine yourself to be. All right, hit the Tyson bell. Also, yeah, go around. Don't go searching, but go around. Go with your fellas. You know what I mean? Just have a good time. Be out there. You know, if you got there's definitely something about you. Situationship loves it. All right, be yourself, believe in yourself, and if you have issues doing that, upgrade yourself into what you would like yourself to be, your inner animal, your image. Project that. Once that happens, man, you love yourself, everybody gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? And don't go searching for things. Definitely don't leave the situationship. You leave that, brother, now you're just masturbating and you feel worse. All right. So be with the situationship, and where she wants you is where you want to be, because that's where you want her, because she ain't shit. So you do that, and then just let the chips fall as they may, bro. That's the black two sugar. That's where I'm at with it. Let the chips fall as they may. If Shakur versus T.O. Gets made, who do you favor? Shakur. I've often thought that Teofimo Lopez has an issue with slick fighters, to be honest. But everybody, listen, everybody. That was the black dude. Showbiz the advice. Showbiz the fucking advice. Listen, for all the fellas out there, okay? There's really no math to it. There's really no science to it. All right. Getting women is easier for some than others. But even those people, it's not easy for them all the time. There comes a time when what was working before is no longer working. You know what I'm saying? Now you've gotten to an age where you got to show other things and not just that. Right? So getting the opposite sex or whatever you're attracted to is easier for some than others at different times. Okay. But let me tell you this. Bruh. If you can find a way to be comfortable with yourself, that is 90% of the battle. Listen, bro. Do you know how often I'm called ugly? By many people, like people who just find me on YouTube. I have the ugliest faces on all of my thumbnails. But there are people better looking than me who can attract more than me because they're so uncomfortable with themselves. They're just a huge fucking put off. And that's the black two sugars. You know? Be comfortable with yourself. It comes off so attractive. But don't pretend to be comfortable with yourself because that is obvious too. So like yourself and learn how to, however you see yourself, be that. I got blonde patch in the back of my head and everything. People tell me to cut it off. People tell me I look like shit. All people do is talk shit, but I'm comfortable with me. I'm comfortable with the fact that you don't like it. Actually, it makes me happy because it means that I'm one of one. I like this. And most of you don't. That makes me feel special in a good way. So what I'm saying is, dude, get comfortable with yourself. Not only will everything fall into place, but it will fall into a place that you definitely prefer. All right, hit the Tyson bell. So thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Showbiz Adult, 2 o'clock or in a little bit past an hour, the weigh-in for Tuma and Dillian White. I'm gonna be checking that out. We will be calling the fights tomorrow. Hope you guys show up and put on. I know you guys will. Let me see. There you go, right there. Be unique. 100%. Let me see. That's so dope too. Look at that. Be unique. That's so dope. Let me see. Have patience, bro. Stop being short with her. Hey, see. That is you need that. You need Sadate to make fun of your shit. You need that. The more you can roll with the punches, bro, and understand your flaws, right, and love them. Sadate is the perfect guy to stay in the war room. He's the perfect guy. He's the perfect guy to make you put you on a fast track of getting comfortable with yourself. All right, I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness.